Hi, we're
Echo Gecco.
And you're watching On The Verge. Oh, we're with Echo Gecco. What inspired you guys to start making music, and when did you start playing instruments? Well, your instruments.
I started when I was about 14, so that's coming on 15 years ago now. And I just was interested in the drums, really. It's simple as that. It seemed the most interesting to me.
I started when I was about 16, started on the keyboard, and then decided to move on to the guitar. And used to be a lot better at the keyboard than I am now, you know. And then it kind of like, with this band, with the guitar, you just sort of lose touch with it, but definitely wanted to start making music as soon as I hit those keys, definitely. You know, brilliant.
Yeah, probably started about 14 as well, same as John. Started playing guitar, and then started playing in several bands here and there, and ended up in Echo Gecco somehow.
Great. So, what are your individual influences? And big question. Huge question.
A collective influence is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard from Australia.
Yeah, we get into them.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, personally, David Bowie. I think probably some David Bowie. It's more for the interesting side of the music that they do. So bands like Gong. I mean, for example, I've been trying to get these guys into Gong as well. Anything that's interesting and a bit different, we like. We like to push interests, extremes. Try and have some quiet, have some loud, have some mad, have some chill. Try and do a bit of everything. So anything that's interesting, really, is.
I suppose you've got like the kind of like generic side of it as well, like you kind of like an Arctic Monkeys, Vampire Weekendy. This is just what like people have said when we've gigged. It's just like, oh, you sound like your Surfer, and we think, did we write Surfer? I didn't know that. You know, but
surfing in the Midlands.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, on a pond, you know, or a canal. You know,
Definitely canal.
Definitely canal. Pulling you along while you're on the
avoiding shopping trolleys.
Yeah. The fishermen that haven't got a licence. It's all there.
Have you guys got any other interests beside music? I think you're a bit of an artist, aren't you?
Well, you like your photography, don't you?
Oh yeah, I like some pictures.
I don't mind. I don't mind doing a bit of art.
You've got a random talent and a random knack for drawing ships.
Yeah, I can draw ships.
Old school sailing ships. He's just really good at drawing them. It's insane.
That's about it.
So he's got
you can be doing a face and it just looks like a ship.
Just everything ends up as a ship.
Comes out like a ship.
You guys like your football?
Oh yeah, football. I suppose that is an art. You know. To an extent.
The art of kicking a bag of wind around a field.
Yeah. The missus does that to me as well.
How did you all meet each other and form the band in the first place?
Well, you and I met at college, didn't we?
Yeah.
When I could only just play the keyboard. I could only play that. What was that song? The 1,000 miles. So I was Jesus. That's all I could play. So that's how you and I met. And we met at university, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was like 2 years after.
Yeah, we formed a band.
Yeah, straight at university.
And then we met when we jammed together through him.
Yeah.
Really, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we all went to the same college. We just at
different times.
Just at different times.
Which was Halzone, if you're interested.
Yeah, I didn't know you then. You're just that guy.
So we asked you this earlier, but how did the name come about?
We answered this earlier. We did our first gig and we realised we actually hadn't got a name. So when the guy was like, "Oh, we haven't got a name, mate," and you sent a picture on our little group chat that we've got to say like when they're rehearsing and stuff, and it was just this little gecko doing this, and we just thought, Echo Gecco. There we go. I'll tell you what.
It was Peace Gecko.
Peace Gecko. That was it. Yeah, it was Peace Gecko.
And then we thought we'll make it a bit catchier, Echo Gecko. Yeah.
And then changed it to 2 C's on the gecko because it looks like we've made an effort. Like he's laughing, but he already knew the answer. Pure talent.
But the camera didn't.
You didn't laugh at it.
How has your music evolved since you started playing? Or has it evolved?
It's gone from being quite generic to just trying to make it as difficult as possible for ourselves. You know,
not too far removed.
Still trying to. It goes back to that interesting thing, trying to do it as interesting as possible, but still catchy and relatable. I think when we started, we were just trying out different styles. So we have 2 or 3 sort of mellow, almost brush sort of stick, really laid back tunes, and then we'd have some mad ones. And then we've sort of ended up putting all of these things into one song and having them in different styles, so it sort of becomes compartmentalised and just pushing ourselves, really. We just like to try and do something again that's a bit different and a bit hopefully interesting.
Well, during rehearsal,
Definitely
it's
interesting.
Should we do that new song? And everyone goes, oh God, the amount of thinking I've got to do now for the next 10 minutes is just horrendous.
Or recently, which new song? There's about 4.
The new one. No, not the new one. The other new one.
That is literally how it goes. That is literally how it goes.
How yourselves would you describe your sound?
We generally ask other people.
Yeah.
Honestly, we don't really know.
No.
Don't want to box yourselves in.
We'd like someone to give us a straight answer.
Yeah.
I don't think there is one, is there?
No, not yet. Anyway. But the classic thing we say is...
We'll have to invent a new genre.
Yes.
Yeah. Echo.
It's under the broad umbrella of alternative rock.
Yeah.
But that's a bit vague because loads of stuff's alternative rock.
A torn a tent. Rock.
There you go.
There you go.
Made it up. Official.
A taller tent. A tournament tent. Rock. Next question.
Do you ever play any covers?
Yeah, we've only got one. And
At the moment.
What is it?
David Bowie.
David Bowie, yeah.
Moon Age Daydream.
That one.
Which I'm really happy with because it's one of my favourite Bowie songs. It's off a very obvious album, but it's not a very obvious song. But I think that film Guardians of the Galaxy made it quite popular.
Oh, yeah.
It made it a bit more relatable to be able to do
Put your own twist on it as well? Or?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit in the structure.
A little bit.
A little bit of breakdown.
Don't want to mess too much with Bowie.
Sometimes your guitar breaks, if that counts.
Yeah, my guitar broke the once, so I had to do it with a vocal.
So he was doing the guitar solo with his vocal.
Yeah, when it comes to the end and it's like,
Beatboxing specialist as well?
Oh, no. Oh, God. By the end of it, people were like, oh, it was really good, it was so good how you carried on. Was it really? I just couldn't talk afterwards.
Which was a good thing.
Yeah.
Whereabouts has been the best venue for yourselves that you played at? Your favourite venue to play at?
We always liked the Sunflower Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good stint of about 3 gigs in a month there, didn't we?
Yeah.
We got quite familiar with that.
Robin 2's pretty good. Quite like that.
That was
Robin
nice
2.
for the big stage.
I
Yeah, we'd like to
Robin
go
2.
back there and be able to fill it out, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good personal goal, I think, for us.
Yeah, like that one.
Yeah, I think there's
The Flapper.
Flapper
I like
for the sake of the flapper, yeah.
I like the Flapper. Sticky floor.
R.I.P. Not yet.
No, yeah.
R.I.P. No, not yet.
Not quite yet. We'll see. That said, we haven't played a bad venue though, so we like it. To be fair, we've liked everywhere. I think we've played so
Yeah,
far.
as long as we get to play.
Bro, that's answer my next sub-question then. Is there any that you don't like? I don't
think we have. Even probably the weirdest one, at first we thought it was weird, was the Cuban Exchange in Wolverhampton. This is when we first started.
Yeah.
Really nice bar on a Wednesday night. It's a student night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he said it's an open mic night. Come down at about 9 o'clock for loading. We thought that's a bit weird. That's a bit early. Late. Sorry, for a bit. Yeah. He said, all right, yeah, we'll probably get you on about 10, half 10. We're like, what? On a Wednesday night, half 10? He was like, yeah, no, seriously. We took it as blind faith, and yeah, everyone came in at about half 10. It was a student night, and it was like, just suddenly 30, 40 people just came out of nowhere. Yeah, it was a very intimate sort of gig as well. You were playing to the side of the bar, but that was interesting though. Yeah, we thought it was going to be a bit bad, but it was actually great. We'll have to go back there.
Yeah, I'll do it again. So yeah, we hate that one.
Hate it so much. Book us again, please.
So much we played it 3 times.
Have you ever had any crazy stuff happen at a gig, or as you've been touring around, interesting stories?
Other than smacking you in the face with a guitar.
Yeah. For 2 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun.
Other bands have had gear nicked, but that's not really interesting for us.
No.
But that was pretty crazy and put us on edge a little bit.
Yeah, that happened to us once as well. The band's gear got stolen as we were all there.
It's such a shame when it happens.
It's all heavy. How do they do it?
Yeah.
Tea leaves.
You should just give them a job being roadies.
That's probably what
I don't know. You'd never get to your gig with any gear though. How often do you get to practice?
Once, twice a week.
At least.
Yeah, at least once a
At
week.
least once a week.
If not twice, maybe 3 if we're lucky.
Yeah.
But yeah, as much as we can.
Yeah.
Do you have to find it's difficult to shuffle into your to your normal lives, or
No, not really. I think it's just all
set
just
practice,
something.
that's what you do.
It's just something we all like to do.
It's
So
nice to
you all
get.
make time for it, don't you? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's not. Once we're there, we know we're there and we're focused on it. You know what I mean? It's
Straight as
quite easy to separate yourself to go in and out of it. You know, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. There's so much material as well, like that flows round. So it's just like
There's
getting
always
there.
something to do,
Someone will
isn't
play
there?
something. It's like, oh god, yeah, I know that one. They're there for 10 minutes, and then, all right, should we do something now?
Just keep being creative.
Yeah.
Is there any artists, past or present, that if you had the opportunity you'd love to collaborate with?
Well, I would say Bowie, but it's a bit easy to say. Innit? I think Freddie. I think I'd like to work with Freddie. I think
Mercury,
yeah. Who else is Freddie?
Kruger.
Oh yeah, I work with Kruger.
Halloween's coming
Freddie
up.
Kruger, yeah. Plug for Halloween. Freddie Kruger.
Freddie Kruger.
Yeah, I work with Slash. Flint. It's like a get together. It's like, who would you have at the bar?
I think Bowie's a given.
Bowie would be good.
I think Damon Albarn would be something that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously Stu Mackenzie and King Gizzard as well. If he could produce one of our albums, that'd be lovely.
Stu, yeah.
That'd be fantastic, really. I mean,
Marry it for the madness.
Steve Marriott.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not from Madness. He was
No,
he
my
wasn't
God.
From that band.
Yeah, I'm glad you got the Marriott.
Yeah, that's about it.
So what's next on the agenda for you guys? You got anything big planned?
Well, we've got a digital copy of our EP, which we're going to make into a physical one. We're going to form it. That's going to be soon, over the next couple of weeks. We've got a big gig coming up on the 17th of November at the Castle and Falcon in Moseley, which we're really hoping to get quite a lot of people down there for Scruff of the Neck promotion company. That'll be a really good one. We've got some new songs, as we've said, coming out of the woodwork.
One's coming out tonight.
Merchandise is the current agenda as well, getting some t-shirts and things to look like
Coasters.
What about the coaster thing? That's quite an interesting one. Where did you get the idea from?
Just here.
Right, you just needed somewhere to put your point there, Bruce.
a coaster on a tripod.
Oh, there we go. With an owl.
With an owl.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can work it in.
Just on a stand by your coaster tripod with your drink. But one hell of a way to put your drink down.
But yeah, other than that, gigs next year. We're looking at expanding out of the Midlands. Hopefully getting on some festivals in the summer as well.
Yes, please.
We'll start hopefully booking some of them up soon. And I don't know, anything else? I think that's about.
I think we'll try and get a few more recordings in, I think.
And an album. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're thinking another EP maybe, and then a full album.
Yeah, man.
We'll see which one comes first. We'll see. But stuff to get on with, isn't there?
Oh, there's loads, yeah.
Always busy.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm just deafening the sound, man. Right, thanks for talking to us, and so look forward to
Thank you so much for having us on.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Brilliant.